Hi, I'm Ben Preston with the New York Daily News. Today we're here with the all-new 2019 Toyota Corolla Hatchback. This is the 12th generation Toyota Corolla. The Corolla's been around a long time, more than 50 years, and it's kept alive its well-deserved reputation for reliability and value. This year's Corolla goes tête-à-tête with a number of very compelling cars. The Mazda 3, the Volkswagen Golf, the Honda Civic. Does this car have what it takes to compete with those? We're about to find out. The 12th generation Corolla rides on the same Toyota New Global Architecture platform as everything from the Prius and the Avalon on up to the RAV4. The styling can be polarizing. You'll probably either love it or hate it, but it is distinctive. It says Toyota. And that's good because for a while there, Toyota's cars were kind of really blah, and they looked really a lot the same as other stuff on the road. You'll notice up front it starts with kind of a wide grille that's plastered across the front of the car like a big mouth. You might like it, you might not. Like I said, distinctive. And then as the car moves back, it actually starts to look more like a little Lexus. The rear haunches are nice, and it has a nice smooth rear end. It also has sporty looking body sculpting and swoopy lines that give it character. As soon as I stepped into this car, I noticed that it seemed inordinately small. As I spent more time in it, my suspicions were confirmed. This is a small car. The back seat, it's pretty tiny. The doors are nice and wide for easy access, but when I tried to put my son's car seat back there, behind my wife's seat, she didn't have enough room for her legs. She had to sit sideways, and she's not super tall. I'm not super tall either, but if there's anything behind my seat, I have to pull the seat up, and it's not a really good, comfortable driving position. In terms of cargo, the Toyota Corolla Hatchback is a little bit behind the competition. It has 18 cubic feet of cargo volume with the rear seats up, and 23 feet with the seats down. Compared to all those other cars, including the Volkswagen Golf, the seats down cargo volume is less than half in the Toyota Corolla Hatchback. 23 cubic feet is not a lot of space. Where it's lacking in space, it kind of almost makes up for it in simplicity. So if it's just two people or one person, you just have this really nice, clean, uncluttered interior. There's not a lot going on in here, and it's refreshing. The XSE trim that I tested comes with the 8-inch infotainment screen, and it works pretty well. Has a few buttons on the side so that you can sort of locate the menus you want, and a couple of knobs for the audio system, which I always really like. I personally prefer having a single knob in the console. It controls everything from down low. I have to look up to the screen, and sort of as I'm bouncing along on the road, it's a little tough to manipulate. The instrument cluster screen is great. The graphics are clear, colorful, they're easy to see, and it's easy to switch through the different menus. The new Corolla comes with a whole bunch of active safety features like pre-collision braking with pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning with steering assist, and something they call lane tracing assist, which when you're going through a big curve, a big sweeper on the highway, it helps you steer a little bit if you're kind of not observing the lines quite right. This car has not yet been crash tested by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety or the federal government. That's coming, but it's too new just yet. My hat goes off to Toyota for hanging on to the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. They do naturally aspirated engines well, but as cars have become heavier, turbos have come to make more sense. This engine is fuel efficient and provides decent power, but it comes at a higher RPM. Maximum torque is at 4,400 RPM, and its maximum 168 horsepower, not particularly high, comes at more than 6,000 RPM, which is an RPM that most drivers aren't going to reach. The Corolla's 2-liter engine is backed up either against a 6-speed manual transmission with an automatic rev matching feature, or a continuously variable automatic transmission that actually has a first gear. Now, I haven't driven the 6-speed manual yet. I've heard good things. I've only driven this CVT, and as far as CVTs go, it's pretty decent. As I mentioned, it has a first gear. There's an actual gear-on-gear first gear, which they call the launch gear, so that you get more positive contact when you take off. Because one of the complaints about CVTs is that they feel kind of buzzy and stretchy, and woo, they go straight up to the RPM you need. You don't feel that seat of the pants acceleration that way though, even if it is more efficient. It comes with a sporty-ish manual setting with paddle shifters, so you can switch the automatic shift lever into manual mode, and it has a 6-speed setup. The Corolla is a small car, so it handles accordingly. You don't get a lot of body roll in corners and things like that. Stopping power is great thanks to 15-inch rotors, front and rear. But I think Toyota's secret weapon is called active cornering assist. It's almost like torque vectoring and braking control. The electric steering is responsive, but after a while it starts to feel a little wooden with respect to road feel. Other than that, the car handles great. The Corolla's fuel economy is outstanding. On my test loop, which combined city and highway driving, I got about 34 miles per gallon, which is a little better than the EPA estimate for average fuel economy. This XSE model came in at about $26,000. For a base Corolla, you're going to be paying just under $20,000. That might be a good deal, but this car just feels a little too small compared to all the other ones to justify the price. That's just my personal opinion. But in this case, size does matter. You just can't fit people and things in this car. And that's really why people get hatchbacks. With its good looks, great fuel economy, and long list of standard safety features, the Toyota Corolla Hatchback makes a compelling case that it should be chosen over its competitors. It may not be as zippy as the Honda Civic, but how much fun driving are you really going to do on your daily slog between home, work, and errands? For a long time, the Corolla has had a well-earned reputation for reliability and something that will provide many years of trouble-free service. For most people, I think its combination of hot hatch styling and practicality will win them over in the end. I'm Ben Preston with the New York Daily News. Thanks for watching.